how to get operations on board with reliability. This question came from Josh out of Canada. I normally answer questions with a couple paragraphs and then I attach a couple videos. I've got 118 of them out there. I've covered a lot of topics, but I was shocked to find out I didn't have a video dedicated to this. Just shocked. Today is that video. Hey folks, this is Joe Kuhn of Lean Driven Reliability, bridging the gap between best practices that you know you should be doing, and then you come in on Monday morning, you come in after a break and just everything falls apart. You're doing reactive maintenance, you're arguing, high drama. How to get those operations, folks, on board with what you're trying to do, because it's the right thing to do for the business, not just to win the discussion, it's the right path. So, hey, that's what we got today. Getting operations on board to help you create a reliability culture. The best practices are out there. How do we get everybody aligned on them? So these actions, let's say they're kind of in order, but you don't have to do them in order if they don't make sense at your plant for your current state. But I did put some thought into the order of this. That's what I've consulted on and what I've done. So number one, begin to send my videos. Folks, I've got 118 videos out there. Some of them are 1 minute long, some are 5 minutes long. Look at some of those. Send them off to lead team members, send them off to your operations counterpart and just say, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Don't really take a position, just start to plant the seeds so they hear things over and over again. So great use of the videos to do that. Second thing, hey, buy my book, folks. I've structured this in such a way that the first half of the book is creating a reliability culture and how to do that, starting with day one, and then the second half is why it works. So buy that book buy it for yourself. Consider buying it for your leadership team and setting up lunch and learn. Say every Wednesday, we're going to discuss 2 chapters. What were the key concepts? How can we apply that here? Does it make sense at our plant? How can we adapt that? Create a learning organization and use me as the outside resource, the outside expert that has done this. Let me be out there on point instead of you, being the person that's, the champion of this cause. Hey, let it be me. Deflect that all to this subject matter expert. So that's number 2. These give credibility and outside voice to your mission. It's not a personal war that you have to fight. Utilize me, right? Number 3, push to create a reliability lead team. I've got another video on this. Very critical that you get everybody together and say, what are the 3 to 5 efforts we need to push at our plant this year? Very timely, being December. Include HR, safety, finance, operations, engineering, maintenance as that reliability lead team. Why safety? Hey, safety has a lot to do with reliability. If your equipment's more reliable, you're doing more planned work, you're doing less unplanned work, you're going to have less injuries. That's been proven time and time again. If you need a graph on that, I can get you one. But include hey, it's best to kick that off with a Kaizen. To know current state, folks. You got to know current state. You think you know it in the conference room. You think you know it from KPIs. You think you know it from passionate speeches. You don't. Every time I've conducted a lead team Kaizen, they are shocked at what they see. And not only are you shocked, but it presents simple solutions that you can begin to execute in the next few days to start getting that flywheel of reliability going. So again, buy my book. I walk you through one of these Kaizens. Very simple. So that's number 3. Number 4, drive for a go and see culture. Go and see culture. You got to know current state. You can't just know it from KPIs. KPIs are biased. I promise you they're biased. Observation is the only way of knowing current state. And when I say observation, I'm asking you this question. When was the last time you spent 8 hours on the shop floor watching work be executed, watching a critical bottleneck production center operate? When was the last time you spent 8 hours dedicated to that on the floor? You don't. I've never gotten an answer of more than 0 on that. Go and see failures in the field. Hey, do you have a culture where you're in your morning meeting, you say the critical production center broke this chain and it's going to be down for 16 hours? Do you have a culture of getting up and walking out and looking at the problem, looking at our repairs, looking at what our planned work is to maintain that chain? What were the last 2 PMs? What was found in the last 2 PMs? Talk to the mechanic, talk to the engineer. That go and see mindset, that go and see culture changes everything. I'm telling you, big deal. You know, go and see RCA's action items in the field. When somebody implements a new lubrication practice, that was the outcome of an RCA, go and see it. Get the engineer involved, get the mechanic involved, give them a pat on the back. Go and see. You know, see work inefficiencies or efficiencies. Go out and say, let's look at a PM. You know, do we have the right number of people on that? Do we have the right frequency on that? Is it attacking failure mode? Do we have it also covered with condition monitoring? All those things you see when they're in the CMMS system, they're pretty hidden. Go out and see them on the shop floor. Make these part of your reliability lead team agenda to go and see. Number 5, seek out your operations counterpart for a 90-day experiment to conduct planned work. Most of the time, people are begging for a partnership with their ops leader. It's because they keep canceling outages. They won't let me have enough outages. They make them 4 hours and they need to be 12. Hey folks, ask yourself, why is operations not willing to give up the equipment? It's not because they don't believe in planned work. They don't trust maintenance. I'm going to be blunt. They don't trust maintenance. We give maintenance the equipment for 8 hours. We get it back in 16, and then it's not right. Okay? So you've got to create another experiment. Another experience for them. So try a 90-day experience and set this contract with them. Say, hey, I'm going to make these like an Indianapolis 500 pit crew. When we have the equipment for 8 hours, I want to make sure everybody knows in advance what they're going to be doing. We're going to make sure we drive wrench time above 40%. We're going to have all the right parts, pieces. Everybody's going to have the work rehearsed, and we're going to do that with precision, and it's going to be back on time. Even if we don't get all the PMs done, we have that contract with you. Create that new experience for them. Measure the KPIs before, KPIs afterwards. I promise you, I've never seen a company do this or two leaders do this and not come out of it with higher trust. Even if the KPIs don't increase during that short 90-day time period, they have they get such buy-in because of the trust that you've built through those 90 days. Okay? Try that 90-day experiment. Works every time. Never seen it fail. Number 6, your end goal is to have operations be the owners of the equipment. Okay? They are the deciders. A lot of consultants talk to you about, operations and maintenance and engineering need to have a partnership in reliability. Hey folks, you're not hearing that from me. Operations makes all the decisions on, do we have outages? That's why we're having this conversation. Do we have outages? Where are the resources deployed? They have the ability to hire more. They have the ability to put them more on recovery issues or on speed issues or to put them on reliability issues. They are the owner of the asset, the owner of the car. As an owner of the car, I make the decisions on the reliability of my car with the advice from my mechanic at the shop. They are the deciders. Maintenance and engineering are the advisors. Very clear in practice. That's the way it plays out. This partnership is a nice thought, doesn't work in reality. It's not a partnership, folks. Number 7, action. Hey, become CRPs. Make it part, and this is probably a job for the plant manager, so I'm speaking to you, is to require all your leaders to pursue their CMRP, the Certified Maintenance and Reliability Professional Certification. create a club. There was at my plant, we had 20 people, including myself, were CMRPs, and it created a certain spirit, certain standard that we all wanted to adhere to by having that badge on us. Sounds a little hokey maybe, but I'm telling you, it was a big deal when operations people started getting their CMRP. And number 8 action, hey, and this, don't think this is a small item either, and this may be a little intimidating to you, but again, task probably for the plant manager is to have the lead team members, including operations, partner, here's a partnership, here's a true partnership, to teach reliability basics. So, hey, here's how we're doing reliability at our plant. Here's how we do planned work. Here's what PMs, here's how we're doing PMs or PM Kaizens. Why do we do condition monitoring? All those basics of reliability, those initiatives that you're taking on, have the operations person co-present that. Talk about it. That sends a strong message to the rest of the organization that you are aligned and your arms are locked. Okay, folks, that's 8 action items that you can do to get operations on board with the reliability effort, and hopefully your end goal is to have them be leading it. They're the deciders. They need to lead it. So folks, begin your journey. Hopefully I'm making this journey seem a little bit easier to you. It's not really that hard. If you want to get free pointers from me, I respond to 100% of the emails that are sent to the link below, 100% of the comments that are sent either on LinkedIn or on YouTube, 100% of those. If I can help you out in any way, drop me a question. Got a free 1-hour consultation without a sales pitch that we can talk, and I'm glad to help you out. Hit like and subscribe. This is Joe out.